Basically, society expects a lot of things from you, and a lot of things we professionals as such. So let us discuss something more about that actually. We know that during the last 1.5 decade, there have been tremendous change in the overall scenario in almost every field in India due to liberalization, globalization, and opening of the doors for the technology from all over the world. This has made sea change in the construction industry in its techniques, equipment, materials, quality, speed, strength, stability, and sustainability. As for cement industry is concerned, it was started long back with the 33 grade of cement and then improved to 43, 53 and 63 grades of cement, and also producing various other types of cement as required for special types of concrete. Similarly, there is an advancement in steel material. It started with different type of ductility, FE1 415, and then go to 500, 550, 700, and now 750. Ductility plays important role from sustainability point of view, and hence the special ductile grades of steel as 500D, 550D, and 750D has come to the market. Even the BI standards have been revised to take care of this advancement in cement and steel. Advancements are also taking place very first in every other material sand. We have in India concrete grades up to M700 being used more than often before correctness of the strength and equal to steel have been developed in the laboratory, and high strength and durable concretes are finding place in the structures. In today's scenario, it is the design of the tallest building 300 meters and plus, especially in Mumbai, where M130 grade of concrete is used. It is observed that in design of columns by M130 grade concrete, there had been a saving in cost by more than 40%. Mind well friends, we have saved almost 50% of cement and steel even if you design to that extent. And columns has reduced tremendously, helping planners enormously. We are heading for investment, no doubt, developments in design and construction technology. But in spite of all this, said one thing makes me uneasy. Has it brought economy in construction? Has it been useful for the majority of the society who has still a dream of their own small house at an affordable price without compromising on quality and strength? All this technology development are being used for large buildings and structures in metros and big cities, such as Dipai Buj, Petronas Tower, long suspension bridges. Large number of our population lives in villages, and there are everyday growing slums in cities. Can they get equally good housing at their affordable price? Our concept of the low-cost housing aims at diluting the specifications and reducing the sizes. Can we not develop such materials and techniques which will cost very less but will be equally comparable to the present materials? We have heard of Do Bund Jindagi Ki. That is 2 drops of polio vaccine can save the child from polio. Can we construct a small house in Mutti cement? Can we make structural members with 1 mm dia bar having strength of 25 mm dia? Can there be such a high strength for building materials that we require very small size components? In this past, there are cast iron pipes which were very heavy and brittle too. Now they are replaced with the PVC and HDB pipes, equally strong but very lightweight. There is such a great strength in epsilon size and size atom to get tremendous energy related by fusion or fission process. A star of size of more than 100 of Mars and Jupiter shrinks into a small black hole. Can we have a column and beam of side by 1 inch by 1 inch, like a rod having strength of 9 inch by 9 inch? Can we have wall slab and floor slab panels of 1 mm and 3 mm thick, but of strength equal to present 9 inches wall and 5 inches slab? Can we buy all the components of the total house and carry them on head or into rickshaw and erect the structure anywhere by ourselves? It is not a tent, not a balloon, but a pakka house with full security under all environment. Can we bring down the cost of construction from ₹1,000 per square foot to 100 per square foot? Do you remember, way back in Raj Kapoor's movie, they are shown in Sri Charsavi, there is a theme of Janta Ghar costing only ₹100 for poor persons who were dwelling on the Mumbai footpath. Why not we dream of such a revolution in building industry? Do you think it is impossible? Can we see such an affordable house in 2020 or 2030 in India? When we were in school, our teacher had shown an experiment. He focused the rays of sun through a lens to a sharp point on paper till it started burning. A water jet at high speed can cut even the hard metal like steel. He said, if you have focus, you can achieve anything. It gave two lessons from it. One was focus and other was the power of science. It is achieving something seemingly impossible for the benefit of more and more people because of the fact is that non-renewable resources are vanishing fast. The world is getting poorer and poorer in resources. How we find alternative resources is going to be an issue. Sustainable development is what everyone is talking about. The President of India has declared the decade as a decade of innovation. Your innovation should not be focused for any class but for the masses. The performance level must be consistent and as good as expensive product. When you develop a product for the rich, the poor will not be able to buy it. But if you develop a good product for the poor, even the rich will think of using that. Let us go back to the history and Vedic period. We know that Lord Krishna got built a township overnight by Vishwakarma for his poor childhood friend Sudama. Pandavas have built temples and caves in one night during their travel from place to place. Can my house be constructed overnight? We also know that Ravana had used to travel from Sri Lanka to Mount Kailasa every day for Lord Shiva's worship. The aircraft like Pushpak Vimana could expand or shrink as per the requirement. Today we talk about nanotechnology. But those days, the rishis used to shrink themselves and travel through blood vessels and nerves to locate and treat the diseases. There are many more such examples. Is that all true or just myths? We have to give quite a good thought to it. Friends, in today's scenario, you still remember Dhirubhai Ambani said that he wants a phone call to cost the same as a postcard. Everyone laughed. The reality is that call costing 1680 paisa per minute for outgoing and 1320 paisa for incoming. Total 3000 paisa has come down to 30 paisa per minute just in 10 years without reducing the profit of service providers. If we think of the price index of 10 years ago, then the call should have cost 30,000 paisa per minute in today's scenario. Today his ambition and dream has changed the game worldwide. We have the lowest call rate, fastest growing subscriber base and cheapest mobile handset. And the world is learning from India. This is revolution. An innovator is one who looks at sometime that everyone sees, but sees sometime that no one has seen. All of us have seen the whole family of 4 or 5 riding a two-wheeler and getting wet in rain or hot in sunshine. We did not see anything beyond that. But when Ratan Tata saw it, he saw something no one else saw. He was very much moved and said, how can we help these people travel under all weather conditions? A passionate young team from Tata Motors to take up the challenge. Today Nano is reality. A 6-foot person also can be comfortably sit in front and drive that vehicle. That is how the 1 lakh rupees car was born and is within a reach of common man. Passion is what drives this man. That is revolution. A mainframe computer occupying a big room has shrunk to a laptop and cost unbelievably less. That is the revolution. And artificial food in the US costs $12,000 to $18,000. The average income of the poor in India is less than $2 a day. It will take them several years to buy one artificial food. Now the challenge was to make $12,000 of food to be made available at affordable price of $30 and make it 10 times better in terms of performance. The Jaipur food was made, initially it used to be very heavy in weight and very uncomfortable to walk with it. When Dr. Abdul Kalam saw it, he was very much moved by the agony of the person. He thought, how can I make it much more lighter, equally sturdy and very comfortable for the walker? He is the one of those scientists who aims at putting technology and created by him to multiple uses. He used the lightweight carbon metal design for Agni to make calipers for the polio affected. This carbon-carbon composite material reduced the weight of the calipers to 400 grams instead of original weight of 4,000 grams. Dr. Kalam says, it was a great experiment to see how the lightweight caliper could bring happiness to the polio affected. Dr. Kalam says, dream and dream. Dream transfers into thoughts and thoughts result into action. This is changing the paradigm. An innovation leader is one who sees the problem and the opportunity. We need many more Dhirubhai Ambani, many more Ratan Tatas, many more Abdul Kalam, many more visionaries like you, and many more emotional people who get moved by pain and grief and others. There are many such people in the society. Only thing is that they have to take up the challenge. There have been revolutionary change in the telecommunication, electronics and various other fields. We all rich and poor enjoying fruits of it. But when we see depleted dangerous slums and pitiable condition of houses always under condition of collapse, why not we think of the same revolution in building industry? A research and innovation is required to achieve these goals, not only for India, but for the whole mankind. Can the institute and building industry take up the challenge? It will be their great contribution to nation building and services to mankind. That is why a car like Nano is not just for India, but it is for the whole world. It is being exported to Europe and America in future. From there we have shipped to the ambition. I want to create more from less so that more and more people of the world can benefit from it, and that too at their affordable cost. Knowledge is power. Acquire new skills and try new things. Experience is how you gain knowledge and how you form an opinion of new ideas and perspectives. Don't ever think that you know it all or don't need to improve, because there is always a room for improvement and you can always learn new things. It is good to learn and use your knowledge to your best advantage and to benefit people around you. There is a tremendous opportunity for architects and civil engineers, since India is poised for spectacular economic growth. Architecture and civil engineering, which is the primary activity for any economic growth, will definitely be going to be exciting. Each and every one of us has great opportunities, provided we use the same. When it comes to operation, nothing comes to your way. You have to work for it consistently and struggle for it. Wait for 2 more minutes. Who is going to change the scenario? Surely not the politicians. If they think of eradication of slums, they will lose their vote bank. Not the government, but only the architects, visionaries like you, scientists, engineers, technologists. We are going to change it. We must accept it and work for it. My dear young friends, a positive attitude causes a chain reaction of positive thought, events and outcomes. It is a catalyst, a spark that creates external results and less change to make a change. Friends, remember, when it rains, most birds head for shelter. The eagle is the only bird that is, in order to avoid rain, does not look for the shelter, but starts flying above the cloud. If you focus on results, you will never change. If you focus on change, you will get results. And with this general thought, I would like to